Hello. So today we are going to learn the bisection method. This is one of the method which is used to find the root of any nonlinear equation. So we have seen there are two types of nonlinear equation what you have to study. First is algebraic or polynomial equation and the second one is transcendental equation. Okay. So this bisection method is being used for all kinds of nonlinear equation, either for polynomial or for transcendental. Okay. So this is the first method what we are going to study in this particular syllabus, right? So what is the bisection method? It gives the value of root of any given equation. So here let's suppose I have an equation y equals to f of x. This is my equation. Okay, y equals to f of x. So we are going to take its graphical insight here. So what is this? So y equals to f of x. If I have to plot it into the graph, then I have a y-axis, I have a x-axis. Okay, and by keeping different values of y and x, I got, suppose, this curve for the given f of x equation. Okay, so here we have y equals to f of x and this curve for this particular f of x. Now what we are going to do, we have to find the root of the given equation. And what do you mean by root? If we will see it with the help of this graph, then this is the curve for the given function f of x. And what is the root of this function f of x? Where this curve cuts the x-axis, this point gives me the value of root. So this is my root of the equation f of x. So we have to find this value. Okay, so this is the actual solution or actual answer for any kind of equation where it asks for the root of the equation. So we have to find this. Okay, so how to find? So what we are going to see here, see this point we have to check, okay, where it cuts the value x-axis. If it is cutting the x-axis, that means if any line is cutting another line, that means it is going either from positive to negative or it is going from negative to positive. This is for sure. Then only it will cut that axis. Okay. So here also we are taking the same basic step. So what we are going to do here, we are going to check that where the value of f of x going to change from positive to negative or from negative to positive. And wherever we are getting the alternate sign, that means there is a possibility of getting root in between that. Okay. So this is the basic step for the solution of this kind of equation. Clear? So what we are going to do here, we are going to check for different points where we can get the alternate solution, that is positive negative or negative positive, whatever. Okay, so here we are going to do a random check to get the value of this positive and negative, and suppose that value is here represented by this value a and this value b. So what is that? A gives me the negative value, b gives me the positive value. Okay, so we can see here we are getting the root. Okay, so first step, what we are going to check a alternate solution where we can have a negative positive set or positive negative set. So this is our first solution. Okay, now it is definite that between these 2 points, what we have got this interval, between these 2 points there will be a root in between this range. That is definite, because then only it will going to change its nature from negative to positive or from positive to negative when it cuts the x-axis, right? So we are going to have a root in between this section. Okay, so what we are going in this particular method, in bisection method, we found the value of a and b, and after getting this range we are going to bisect it. We are going to bisect it into 2 parts, and then we will check in the half range. What is my half range? That half range is now like this. And now why I have selected this range only, not this range? Because here this gives me the alternate solution for positive and for negative. See here I have this curve and this curve, that shows a positive negative alternate set. Okay, so first we are going to have a complete range from a to b, and then we are going to bisect it, and then we will solve between this half range. And what is my next step solution? Again bisecting it in equal to section, and when we again bisect it, we will get a smaller region, and here we will look for the root, and then again we will have a bisection, and then we will have a smaller look into this range. Okay, so this is the particular steps to solve a equation to find its root with the help of bisection method. What we are doing all the time, we are going to bisect the given interval, and then we are slowly going towards the root. What is my root? Here, this is my root. So this is the procedure. Now how can we bisect the range? I have a two range, that is A and B. Okay, so I have to find its mid value. So how can we find? It's a simple process, that is A plus B by 2. This gives me the mid range. So this is the only formula what we have to mug up into this bisection method, the easiest one. Okay, so what is the procedure for bisection method? So here these are some steps for the bisection method. What is that? Consider a continuous function f of x between point A and B, where A and B gives me the alternate solution with negative and positive values. Okay, so this is my first step for the solution. And then when we get the value of A and B, we use the formula of bisection method, that is x1 equals to A plus B by 2. Okay, and we will check for the f of x1. If f of x1 is equals to 0, that means x1 is the root of the given equation. If it is not, then we will go for the solution of next iteration. Okay, so for how we get the value of x1, we can check f of x1, and if it is not equals to the 0, then we have to go for the next iteration. Next iteration will give you the answer of x2. Okay, but one thing should be remembered, that whenever you are going for the check of x1, x2 and x3, x4 so on, you have to work on the interval which is opposite of the nature. That means what? Like this, what we have seen just now. First interval is A to B. Okay, then we have bisected it, and next interval should be this, not this one. Okay, then we will bisect it like this. The next interval should be this, not this. Okay, so how we will check this? Just keep in the mind, then A is here, A is negative and B is positive, right? So we got solution in between that, and then we got x1. So if you see, x1 is again positive, so we have to check here in this range. Okay, in this range. So this range is again negative, positive, and if I have to go for the further iteration, then I will bisect it, and then you can see this value gives again a positive value. That means negative positive set is here, not at this side. Okay, so we will work on this range, not at the second range. Okay, so always we have to check the value of this A and B as negative and positive. Negative and positive. So this should be remembered, and for the easiness of the solution, it would be better if you always take A as negative and B as positive. Okay, at that time you need not to remember much of thing, just A is negative, B is positive. If the solution is coming as negative, replace the previous A with the new A, and if the solution is coming as positive, then replace the previous B with the new B. So this should be the solution. Okay, so what we have to do here, procedure, first go for the random check of value A and B, and then go for the iteration x1 equals to A plus B by 2, then check f of x1. If it is negative, replace the value of A. If it is positive, replace the value of B. Then go for the further iteration, that is x2, with the same formula, that is A plus B by 2, with new A or new B, whatever is given. Okay, so same procedure we have to do until we get f of x equals to 0 or the approximate answer, whatever is given in the question. However they have asked, in the same manner we have to answer. Okay, so we have a look with our first numerical solution. So this is the first problem. So what is the equation? Find a root of the equation f of x equals to x cube minus 4x minus 9 using the bisection method. Correct to 3 decimal places. Correct to 3 decimal places. What does it mean? That suppose your answer is 3.4356789. Okay, so that means correct to 3 decimal places means we have to go up to this much of accuracy. If this is different, then it's okay, there is no problem, but after decimal we should have correct value up to 3 decimal places. This is given in question. Okay, so this is our question for this bisection method. So let's have a look on the solution. So this is my solution. So here in the solution, what we have done, we have the equation f of x equals to x cube minus 4x minus 9. Now I have to find first the value of a and b, then only I can go for the further solution. So a and b value can be checked by random solution. Okay, so what is my random solution? First I will check for the x equals to 0, then I will check for the x equals to 1, then x equals to 2, x equals to 3, and where I will get my alternate solution set, then I can stop the random check and check the value of a and b. Okay, so see what we have done here. Here first I keep x equals to 0, so f of 0 is how much? 0 cube minus 4 into 0 minus 9 gives me the value of minus 9. Okay, and what is x equals to 1? X equals to 1 in the same process, if you see here to here, it gives me the value of minus 12. So you can see here we have a set of solution with same sign, that is negative. So there is no change in the sign. Okay, it is not an alternate set. So we cannot stop here, we have to further go for the solution. So next solution, x equals to 2. So for f of 2 I got the value as minus 9. Again it is giving a same set of value, so we cannot stop here. Again we have to go for the next step, that is x equals to 3. So f of 3 is how much? That came as 6. Okay, this is 6, and here you can check we got a negative set of solution, that is minus 9 and plus 6. So we got negative and positive value. Okay, so here we can stop our solution with taking the value of a and b. And what is the value of a and b? That is the value of this x value. So a is 2 and b is 3. Okay, so I have told you, for simplicity take the negative value as a and positive value as b. If you take opposite sign then also it is okay, you will get the correct answer, but you have to remember that where to change the value of a and where to change the value of b. Okay, so here this is our first step solution, we got the value of a and b up to this part, and as we get the value of a and b we can go for the iteration solution. What is my first iteration? My first iteration will give me the value of x1. What is x1? That is equals to a plus b by 2. This is my formula. What is a? That is 2, b is 3. Just we have calculated from here. Okay, so when I put this value 2 plus 3 by 2, I got 2.5. This is my solution for f of x1. Okay, so this is the solution for x1. Now what is to check next? F of x1. If x1 is 2.5, so what is f of x1? F of x1 is f of 2.5, and as I put the value I got minus 3.375. I should get f of x equals to 0, that is my root, but I got minus 3.375. Okay, that means value. What was my previous negative value? That was minus 9. So that means I have to replace this a with the new a. So we should discard this a. Now our new a is 2.5, you can see here, and what is my b? That is 3. So this is my new a and b. B is same. Okay, so what is my next iteration value? X2 is a plus b by 2. I put the value of a 2.5, b 3 and divided by 2. So I got the value of 2.75. Right? This is the value of my second iteration. Okay, this should be 1, this should be 2. X1 and X2. X2 is 2.75. Next solution, f of 2.75. So f of 2.75 is 0.796875. Okay, again it is not 0, but it gives me the value of positive. That means now we have to replace the b value. Okay, now this is not of our interest, we have to take this b. So what is my a? Is my previous one a, that is 2.5, and what is my b? B is 2.75, that is the new b. So in next iteration, that is x3. X3 is how much? A plus b by 2, 2.5 plus 2.75 by 2 gives me the value of 2.625. Okay, so this is the next iteration value, and in the same process we can go for multi iterations. Okay, we have to go up to the multi iterations. So I got here different values like 2.625. Here I got a negative value, so this is replaced by a. So next a is 2.625 and b is 2.75, and then next iteration gives me 2.6875, which gives the f of x value as negative. So again it is replaced by a. So next a and b, then this is the next iteration. Okay, then I put f of x equals to this, so I got a positive value, that means it should be replaced by b, and so on. So same procedure is going on for each iteration, right? So what is the solution? Here we can see the iteration number of iterations are going on. Why? Because we are not getting a particular f of x. Okay, we are not getting a particular f of x, that is f of x equals to 0. And if we are not getting f of x equals to 0, that means we have to go for the different iteration. Okay, so here you can see f of x is minus 0.06, f of x is 0.07, f of x is 0.009, f of x is 0.02. That means slowly we are converging towards the 0 point. Okay, this is how much? 0.008. That means we are slowly converging towards the 0 point. Okay, it may take large number of iterations, but in the question it was given that we have to check for the correct 3 decimal places. Okay, so we need not to go up to the f of x equals to 0. We have to go for the solution up to 3 correct decimal places. So here in this iteration you can see here x equals to 2.706. okay, and in again next iteration it is 2.706, right? So and in the last iteration also we are getting 2.706. So up to the 3 decimal places we are getting the same values. That means this could be the answer of the particular question up to the 3 correct decimal places, right? So this should be the answer for this question. The same thing we can learn with the help of this table. What does this table tells? It gives the summary of all the solution. Okay, so here see, first we have taken the value of a and b with the random check, that is 2 and 3. Okay, so what is x1? That is 2.5, and it was f of x1 coming was negative. Negative means we have to check we have to change the a. What is a? A will be changed by this. So this is my new a. B will be same. Then x2 is a plus b by 2, 2.5 plus 3 by 2, and f of x2 came as positive. Okay, positive means now we have to change this value with b. Okay, and now I have changed the value of b with this 2.75. Okay, and a is same. So what is a plus b by 2? That is 2.5 by 2.5 plus 2.75 by 2. So I got this value as my x3, that is 2.625. And when I checked for f of x2, it came as negative. Here negative. Okay, negative means we have to change the value of a. What will be my new a? That is 2.625. You can check here. And what is my b? B is the previous one. Okay, so in every iteration either a will change or b will change. Okay, either a or b will change, but it is sure that both will not change together. A and b will not change together. Either a will change or b will change. Okay, so I have given here in the table format. You can see this value, you can check this value f of x, and with negative the a changes, with positive the b changes, and in the next line it has been changed. So suppose for this 4th iteration a is f of x is negative, so we have changed a in the 5th iteration, and b is same. Okay, and here similarly we can see f of x is positive, that means b is going to change in next iteration, and c a is similar. So this is our process. Okay, this is our process, and we have to go up to the solution according to the question, either when you get f of x equals to 0 or as the question asks. Like in this question has been asked about the correct 3 decimal places. So this is the solution where we got correct 3 decimal places in consequences, like 2.706, 2.706, 2.706. So our required answer for the root is 2.706 is the required answer. That means at this value we are getting our root. Okay, so this is the solution for this particular question.